You're in the courthouse walking by a courtroom and you see a sign on the door that says, "Do not enter, judge charging jury." What does that mean? You want to learn what it means? Come join me. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial attorney practicing law here in the state of New York. What that means is that case just came to an end. The attorneys have had a chance to give closing arguments, and now the judge is giving the jury instructions on the law. Now, the judge gives specific instructions to the jury, and after getting those instructions, that's when they go back and start to deliberate and come to a decision about that particular matter. Now, what is a request to charge? Well, as the case is reaching its conclusion, the judge will tell the attorneys, "Counselors, I want request to charge on my desk by this particular date." Now, what does that mean? It means that each attorney has an opportunity to give to the judge specific instructions in law that they want the judge to then explain to the jury at the end of the case. This is extremely important. Why? Because each side will come up with instructions of law that are favorable to one side or the other. Now, before the judge actually allows closing arguments to proceed forward, he or she will then have what's called a charge conference. And what this means is that he will have a conference with the attorneys in his private chambers, in his back office, with the court stenographer present. And everything that is said during that conference will then be recorded in the court transcript. And the reason that's done is to preserve everything that goes on. And during that conference, each attorney will have an opportunity to explain to the judge what specific area of law they want to be discussed during the instructions and why. So we have an opportunity to argue our position and explain to the judge why we believe it's critical to have a certain instruction given. The defense attorneys will have the same opportunity. And during that discussion, the judge will then make decisions about which of those instructions he or she will then give to the jury. And the attorneys will know that beforehand so that when they go ahead and begin the closing arguments, they will know exactly what the judge is going to tell the jury about the law, and they can, in some instances, comment on parts of it. So that's what it means when you walk by a courtroom and you see a sign that says, "Do not enter, judge charging jury." And by the way, they don't want you to enter because they don't want you to disrupt the flow. They want the jury to be concentrating on the instructions being given to them in that particular case. So why do I tell you this? I tell you this because this is important for you to understand how the legal process works, how the lawsuit process works, and importantly, how segments of trial practice work. And if you have legal questions about your particular matter and you want to know the answers, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. This is what I do every single day. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at lawmed10@yahoo.com. I'm Gerry Oginski here in New York. Thanks for watching.